Welcome back to the third and final online tutorial video for the Galileo databases. In this tutorial, we will venture into one specific Galileo database, Academic Search Complete. We're going to explore the Find It feature that you will find with some article results listed whereby the full text is not available. We're going to show you how you would utilize the Find It feature and what that means. We're also going to venture a little bit and talk about interlibrary loan and what that means. Interlibrary loan, when you hear that, you should think a little bit about Gil Express. We talked about that service a little while ago when we were talking about the initial access tool, the Gil Find Catalog, which is a service that's used if there are print books that we do not own in our collections that you would like to borrow and request from other institutions in the state of Georgia, which would be the public colleges and universities. Interlibrary loan works similarly. However, you can request articles and books, but we're going to talk about in what specific cases you might want to do that. So to get started, we're going to venture into Academic Search Complete, but I'd like to access the database in a different way. If we have a particular topic that we need to research, for example, I'm going to go to Social Services and choose Social Work. As I explained earlier in part 2, when you access the databases by subject category, you will, depending on the subject category you choose, you will get a list of databases that you can use to find information on that topic. And of course, Academic Search Complete is listed here. So we're going to go into Academic Search Complete. And again, Academic Search Complete, along with ProQuest's Research Library Database, are kitchen sink databases. You're going to find a lot of different articles, whether they're newspapers, journal articles that are research or scholarly or peer-reviewed, as well as newspaper articles, the gamut. So a lot of different types of information resources that are periodicals. You are able to, however, limit your searches to peer-reviewed scholarly resources as well in these databases. A lot of our other databases in Galileo that are very subject specific, most of those are already scholarly and peer-reviewed, so you won't get the gamut of different resources that you do in this particular database. But we're going to go ahead and get started with the search. And the search that I have in mind, let's see, neglected elderly, and we're going to keep it to this Boolean term, and families of. Okay, so basically these are my key terms: neglected elderly and families of. I could have chosen another type of search: neglected elderly and caretakers, or family and caretakers. Or I could have been, what probably would have been another better search is neglected elderly and family caretakers. So again, you can render your search any which way you need to, but just pick up on the example I'm providing whereby I'm modifying the search into a different way, so that if I don't like the way this search I'm about to submit, the results that come up, I can go in and I can change that a little bit. I just need to understand in a roundabout way what other key terms that I can use that'll help me get to the research that I need. So we're going to submit this search. It is a very narrowed search because not only is this about elderly and families and their families, but a particular type of elderly person that tends to be neglected or abused in the care of family members. So we have 7 results, and if we go down here, we're going to see that some of our results are full text. We see the PDF. But I want to bring your attention to some articles you may come across from time to time that will not be full text. If you see this Find It button here, that's indicating that that particular article is not full text. For example, I'm going to go into number 6, Gender, Class, and Income Inequalities in Later Life. So we're going to go into the record for this. We get the name of the article, we get the authors, the source. This is published in the British Journal of Sociology, September 1991, volume 42, issue 3. It's on pages 369 to 396. And this is telling us it's a 28-page article. These are the subject terms, which are really important. As I mentioned earlier when we were talking about the research process and generating key terms, always look into the record as well to generate ideas for other key terms that you may need. So we have older people, gender, equality, social class. These are subject terms that are really related to this article that we've pulled up. They are hyperlinked, so if you need to conduct another search with them, you can simply click on them. It'll lead you to another search. Just be careful that if you're submitting the search for these key terms in isolation, you're going to put up a whole lot of stuff. Okay, so unless it's really narrowed for you, you might want to take them and pair them with another term. Also, we have the abstract here. Always read the abstract to get a really good idea of what the article is about before going forward. Don't be fooled by the title of an article. Okay, most of the times when we're conducting research, it's nice to find a few resources that's exactly on our topic, but that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. At best, you find different resources that give you a piece of your research or that inform a certain aspect of your research. So be careful about trying to find a holistic source that will approach and give you everything you need on a particular aspect of your topic, because usually that doesn't happen. Okay. Now, we have that, but let's get back to the Find It button here. This is very useful. If I know after reading the abstract that this is an article I really want to get a hold of, this Find It button will allow me to search the other 300-something databases in Galileo simultaneously, because it's not efficient to see, okay, where can I go to find this article, because you can't go back into Galileo and search it by the title of the article. Okay, now if you wanted to, you could go in and take the title of the journal, British Journal of Sociology, and plug it into the Journal A to Z search. You could do that, but while you are here in this database here, it's even more efficient to just click the Find It button. So let's do that. And what should come up after this search, if there's another database in Galileo that indexes this journal, it will come up for us. Okay, so it's telling me as far as full text options up here, this is what this says. As far as online sources, JSTOR Arts and Sciences 2 collection indexes this journal. So that when I look here before I move on, I need to be sure that the year that I need is available. So it says that what's available is 1950 volume 1 until 1998 volume 49 issue 4 is available. So I need to check back with my citation for the article that I'm looking for full text, and that's 1991. So I'm okay here. If I ever overlook this information and I dig just head first into this database, I'm not being efficient. Okay, I need to know this information before I do that. So because this is linked here, I'm going to click on the title of this database, and voila, this is the full text article. Look at this. Okay, same author, the page numbers, and everything. And this is in PDF format. Okay, now you have certain options. You can view the citation for this article, and as you see here, it'll provide you with the citation. Now, it does not mean that it's formatted APA or MLA. Again, each database is different of what type of citation feature they offer you. So even though this is giving you just identifying citation aspects or pieces of this citation, you still need to format it. Okay, just check that. If you want to view the PDF in this particular database, which is named JSTOR, you can open it up here. Sometimes before they get you right to the PDF here, because I was here before, you may get a little box where it's going to ask you to agree with their terms and agreement before you can access the PDF. Once you click that, then it'll bring you to the PDF here. And as with any PDF, you can download it. If you want to print it, you can, or what have you. But if we open this up, this is important. This right here is the full citation. If you print this off or email this to yourself, you're going to get this information, and this is also going to tell you when you accessed this particular resource. And it's telling you here, this is a JSTOR archive article, so it's going to tell you what database you used. And here's the article, the full article. Now, it's nice when that happens, okay? But let's go back and let's look at an example when that doesn't happen. You need to know exactly what to do as well. So we're going to get out of JSTOR, where we found this article, and we use the Find It feature. And I want to go back to our results. So right here, we're going to click Results List. Okay. So we looked for this article. I want to look at another article that's full text here. Let's see, the never married and divorced elderly. Comparison of economic and health status, social support, and living arrangement. All right, so again, this is another finder, so it's not full text. We're going to go into this article here. And again, we get our citation information. And over here, as I mentioned in our Galileo tutorial part 2, you can have this cited if you want. You can choose whichever citation format that's needed. Just be sure that when you copy and paste it, you will still be responsible for making sure the format is correct. Okay, as this is computer generated. But this is not full text. Let's go ahead and choose the Find It button. Now, I need 1996, volume 26, issue 1-2, page 3 to 25. I'll click the Find It button, and I'm hoping that it's going to bring up another database. In this case, it doesn't. Where you see full text options online, it's telling you no full text is available. What does this mean? This means that within our Galileo database collection, there is not available a full text version of this article. Okay. All right. So when this happens, we just need to know what else to do, what to do next. Down here below, there are print options. Check your institution's Guild catalog for a print copy. God forbid you might have to actually walk your little legs into the library if a print copy is available. Now remember that we need 1996, volume 26, issue 1. This link here, if we click this, is going to take us to our CSU catalog, and we're going to see if it's available in print there. Please ignore this second link. Search the Guild Universal Catalog for a print copy. There's nothing you can do. If you see this available at another institution, we do not have requesting rights for that. So ignore this here. But we're going to click this link. It's going to let us know, check our catalog to see if we own this journal. And we do not. So we strike out there. Okay, and it does this search by ISN, ISBN, ISSN number, which is attached to each journal. So we're going to get out of this here. We know it's not there. What are our other options? Again, I'm going to repeat, do not use this link right here. Do not search the Guild Universal Catalog for this, because you can't request items from other institutions like you can via Guild Express. So what we're going to do here, interlibrary loan. If there's an article that's not available in our library in print that you need, or in Galileo full text, your next option is to do an CSU interlibrary loan request. Okay. If there is a book that we do not own, and if you find it's not available even through the Guild Express service, after you've checked that, you can put in an interlibrary loan request for a print book as well, but you need to make sure it's not available via Guild Express. So we're going to click CSU Libraries Interlibrary Loan. I'm going to show you how this works. Because guess what? Each of you have an interlibrary loan account. So we're going to click this link here to our interlibrary loan. And I'm going to put in my credentials, which is the same credentials that I would use when I log into my CougarNet account or my CougarView account. So we're going to click this here because I have sent interlibrary loan request. Because I've linked to this from Galileo, it has automatically saved the information for the journal article that I'm looking for. It's populated these fields for me. I can submit request, and in about a week or so, if it's available to me electronically, the PDF will be sent to me and I can log in here in my account to get it. However, let's say if you come to your account separately, if you have a citation and you've checked that it's not available anywhere, you will have to pre-populate these items yourself. If you have never accessed your interlibrary loan account, it's pretty much like your My Library account where you had to activate it. What you're going to do here when you log in for the first time, you're going to get a form where it's going to ask you for your name and address and some other information. For students, right here where it says maximum amount you're willing to pay, just choose $5. It is rare that you have to pay for anything, but if it's costing us a little extra money to get a resource to you, we ask you first, do you want to pay for it? If you don't, then we'll cancel the request. But this rarely happens. And down here in red right here, it does say that students must select a certain amount. Okay, but it's rare. It's very rare. Most of the time, 99% of the time, this is a free service. Okay, so this is how you would utilize interlibrary loan. So know when you're in the Galileo databases, if you're looking for articles that aren't available in Galileo full text or in the CSU Guild catalog, an interlibrary loan request might be the best option. And again, this takes a little time, so do this early. This information will be needed for your assignment for Galileo.